Ever feel like teenagers are speaking like a totally different language?
Oh, yeah.
It's like you walked into a movie that's already half over and
And everyone's got the inside joke.
exactly, you're just like totally lost. And honestly, navigating the world of teenagers in 2024, that's a deep dive all on its own.
It really is.
So that's exactly what we're doing today. We're going past the stereotypes,
Yeah.
past the eye rolls, the shrugs,
Mm-hmm.
to really try to understand the needs, the challenges.
And the frustrations.
Yes, the totally valid frustrations of teens today.
And I think one of the things that makes this so interesting and kind of tricky is that we can't separate any of this from the digital world that they're growing up in, right? We're talking about a generation that's practically hardwired to the internet. Social media isn't just something they use.
Right.
It's like woven into their social DNA.
It's like oxygen to them at this point.
Yeah.
Like, try telling a 15-year-old that their anxieties about, like, online drama or whatever's happening on TikTok.
Yeah.
That's not a big deal. To them, it's everything. I mean, I was reading that a recent study by the Pew Research Center found that over a third of teenagers, a third year, feel
Okay.
constant pressure to be online.
Wow.
That's huge.
It is.
So, yeah, no more brushing it off as just a phase or too much TikTok.
Exactly. It's about recognizing that while the core needs of teenagers, connection, autonomy, feeling seen, those haven't changed.
Right.
The way those needs play out in this hyper-connected world,
Totally.
it's different. Way more intense.
So much more intense.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about, like, practicalities here. Because we hear all the time about open communication being key.
Absolutely.
But what does that even look like in the age of Snapchat and Fortnite?
Oh, yeah, like how do you actually do that?
Yeah, exactly.
It's about going beyond just like setting screen time limits. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's about engaging with their digital world, but authentically. Like ask about the games they're playing or try to understand why a meme is funny, even if it makes absolutely zero sense to you. Show genuine interest in the YouTubers they follow.
So it's more about...
It's about making it clear that you're a judgment-free zone, especially when it comes to, online pressures, cyberbullying, or just those constant comparisons they're hit with on social media.
Because that pressure is real.
Yeah.
Can you imagine, like, feeling like you have to project this perfect, curated version of yourself 24/7
Oh, yeah.
for the entire world to judge?
But to judge harshly.
Exactly. There was a study by UCLA that found that, yes, social media use directly correlates to increased anxiety and depression in teenagers,
It makes sense.
particularly around body image and social acceptance.
And all of that pressure cooker,
Yeah.
it manifests in so many ways. From, anxiety and depression, like you said, to sleep disturbances,
Yeah.
even physical symptoms like headaches and stomach aches. It's wild. We can't underestimate the impact of this always-on, hyper-connected environment on their brains, especially because they're still developing,
Still growing. Yeah. So we've talked about the broader context, the research, but we wanted to hear directly from teens, like in their own words, what they wish their parents truly understood.
Yeah, sometimes just hearing it straight from the source, without all the filters,
Yeah.
can be really eye-opening for everyone.
Totally. And one thing that came up over and over again was this deep desire for autonomy. And they weren't being demanding or disrespectful about it or anything. They really just wanted to feel trusted to make their own choices.
Which is huge for teenagers.
Right.
Right.
One teenager we talked to said, and I quote, "Look, my phone's like my diary. Just because you can read it doesn't mean you should. Trust me to come to you if there's a problem."
Wow.
That's powerful, right?
That's huge. It speaks volumes about their need for boundaries and respect.
Yes.
It's about recognizing that even if they make mistakes, those mistakes are actually crucial for their growth.
Yes. And another big one, respect. Not like blind obedience, but really feeling heard. Like their opinions actually matter.
Totally. And, I think that ties into that emotional connection that's so crucial, especially for teenagers.
Oh, yeah.
They need to know they have a safe space, not just a disciplinarian, someone who sees them, accepts them,
Celebrates them.
celebrates them, flaws and all.
Yes. 100%. Now, we've covered a lot of really important ground here,
We have.
but it's time to address a side of adolescence that's incredibly difficult to talk about.
Yeah.
But it's just as crucial. We need to talk about the lasting impact of trauma, particularly when it comes to abuse.
And as difficult as it is to talk about, we need to go there.
We do.
Because, for survivors of abuse, that pain, it doesn't just disappear. It echoes through their lives. It impacts their relationships, their sense of self-worth. It impacts their very being.
And our goal here is to amplify the voices of those who may feel silenced by their experiences, to give a platform to the raw emotions, the pain, the anger that
Yes.
survivors might want to express if given the chance.
It's about recognizing that trauma isn't just about the act itself,
Yeah.
It's the betrayal of trust, the theft of innocence,
The fear.
the fear, the confusion,
Yes.
all of which can linger for years, even decades.
And one message that really stayed with me from a survivor we spoke to, she said, this is really powerful. She said, "You may have taken my voice, my sense of safety,
Wow.
but I'm taking it back. This is my story to tell. You don't get to define me anymore."
That is incredibly powerful. And it's a testament to the resilience of the human spirit.
It really is.
That ability to reclaim yourself even after experiencing something so horrific.
And while we can't erase the past, we can offer hope.
Yes.
Healing is possible.
It is.
If you're listening and this is resonating with you, please know that you are not alone.
You are not alone.
There are resources available, hotlines, support groups, therapists who specialize in trauma,
Absolutely.
and reaching out.
It's a sign of strength.
Exactly. It's a sign of incredible strength. It's a declaration that you deserve support, you deserve healing, and you're not going to face this alone.
You don't have to. You don't have to face it alone.
And listen, if this deep dive has left you with questions, with swirling thoughts, or a need for more information, please reach out.
Please do.
The conversation doesn't end here. And to every teen listening, your voice matters, your pain matters, your story matters.
You matter.
You're not alone.